Alright, hopefully this is good. Hopefully everything's fine. Hey guys, it's me Liam here again to tell a story. And I feel like this story is close to my heart. But first of all, before I tell that story, let me just make a few comments about other things. First of all, I know this setup is kind of weird. It's kind of different. I probably look really pale and bright right now. It's because I fixed my lighting a bit, maybe. And so hopefully this is good. I don't really know how this is going to look in post, but you know, I'm hoping. I also got some candles in the backgrounds. So hopefully, I don't know, just to add like some ambience because I'm telling a story today. So I don't know. Maybe that's good. I might buy some actual lighting because this right here is just essentially that, which I've had this entire time. Kind of a yellow light, and I really don't like the yellowness of it, but it works for now, maybe. Another thing I want to talk about is that I was kind of on a break from YouTube for a tiny little bit there. That's something that I might do every once in a while. However, I want to keep it mainly consistent, you know. I don't want to like take that big of a break very often. So it's more so like I took a break just to step back and look at things from my, try to like get a new perspective on things, I guess. Because sometimes when I look at my stuff, I'm really critical of it. I'm really harshly critical. And sometimes I'm critical to the point where it like demotivates me, you know? So I'm like, okay, I see progress is being made here. But I really, you know, I'm hating the product a lot of the time, simply because I'm kind of impatient with myself, because I know it takes time to learn stuff and to grow and to like evolve mentally in, you know, especially in an artistic form. Because I guess this is the first time I've been really harshly creative, I guess, you know. I guess it feels like I am building a style for myself in a way, and it really like I think about it a lot. I focus on it a lot because it feels like it's a big part of who I am, I guess. Not saying that like I am what I do on YouTube, but it is like it's a part of me, and I guess it's like a part, I guess it represents me in some weird way that I can't really explain. So thanks for sticking around and watching me fuck around with it. Thanks. But now I'll continue onto the actual things that matter. The story. So I wanted to tell this story for a while now, and I didn't really know how to tell it without me looking really bad, you know. I don't know. I guess you have to just kind of try to see it from my point of view, because I know I'm probably gonna look like a spoiled brat or something, because this is the story of the vacation that I hated. And I guess just to prefix it, right, to try to put it into a perspective that you might be able to understand more. I guess this was around the time where I was finishing up high school. This was 2016, early 2016. It was like late April into May. And before the trip, it was a trip to Italy and Greece. I should probably mention that, it's important. Italy, Greece, and Turkey for a small portion. I guess the first thing I'll say is that I don't like fun. I do not like fun in the traditional sense, I suppose, that one would like fun. I'm weird. I know, I understand. I like to work a lot. I like to do serious things a lot of the time. If you know me, like my definition of fun, rather than like go out to like a movie or something, is to just like sit and talk to somebody about just whatever for like a few hours. Honestly, that's way more of a worth it night to me than like, you know, going out and doing some other shit that most other people would probably enjoy. So yeah, I don't really like fun. And so I'm turning 18. Obviously I already turned 18, but at the time I was almost turning 18, and I guess it was my mom's last thing to be like, okay, we're gonna do things, and it's gonna be us to do things. And because I guess she knows me, because I'm I guess I'm an independent guy, and I really like to do things, you know. I like to be really in control of everything I do in my schedule and stuff, which is kind of selfish, I know, but you know, I mean, it's kind of what pushes me to work. It's just like I have to because I want to, or else I'll feel bad about myself. It was kind of like whenever we would go on vacations, I guess when I started getting older, I started getting more, you know, I started enjoying it less and just kind of getting more annoyed every time I would go somewhere. It was like No matter I would go like, you know, camping or to Disney World or in this case on a fucking cruise in the Mediterranean, you know, like everyone else would be like so psyched about that shit. But me, I don't know. It's just not my thing. And I guess that is what I want you to understand, is that it's not me trying to actively hate it. It's just like, you know, I inherently don't like it, and I don't know how to control it. I'm a boring man, and I might eventually evolve into somebody who likes fun, maybe. I don't know. Some other stuff, I guess, that kind of weighed down on the entire scale of things is the fact that, you know, I wasn't having a good time in school, and I also wasn't, you know, feeling good about myself, period. You know, I was kind of like at that point where I'm like, I'm about to go to college. What do I do for the rest of my life? Because, you know, when you're a little kid and you're like, hey, what do you want to do when you grow up? And you're like, I want to be a fucking astronaut. And you're like, and then whoever it is like, wow, good luck being an astronaut. I don't know how you're going to do that, but good luck, you know. But the kid doesn't give a fuck because the kid's like, just dreaming. They're just like thinking about whatever the fuck they want to be, like the president, you know. Shit like that. So kids don't really have a perspective on it, and then you get to the age of where you have to actually choose what's going to lead you into that, and then you're like, oh shit, this is a really hard question, and I never actually factually thought about it hard until now. Which I know everyone goes through it at this age, but for me it was kind of like the thing, you know, when I was in middle school I kind of thought about it kind of hard, and I thought, hey, maybe I'll be a computer programmer, because I was like, coding is cool. And I thought maybe coding would interest me enough to where, like, when I'm older and I start, you know, and I'm getting into the big leagues, coding can make me money, and therefore I would like it. You know, I would feel like, you know, that's a fun thing to do. I think what I used to equate coding to is like, hey, make a website and there you go. That's a cool code, because I'm like, websites, they're fun to make, because what I actually liked about it was designing the website and making it look cool and shit, and not actually, you know, doing the actual typing. The more fun part was to see the result, which is, yeah, that's what I like. Now that I know that, I'm like, well, shit, I don't want to spend hundreds of hours coding fucking Java in a goddamn just enclosed office all day and, you know, not really enjoying anything. Or managing a fucking MySQL server. Stuff like that would not be very fun. I probably butchered that. But enough tangents. Back to the actual story. So, I guess it was just the fact that I was kinda done with, you know, everything that I had previously thought was gonna be my future. And I'm like, okay, so what is it now? Like, what is it? I was so, you know, and this is April to May. So, if you know the timeline of high school, goes April, May, June, graduation. So you're fucking looking at basically your entire future right here. College is about to start in the next few months after that. So you're like, what the fuck is happening in my life? And you know, you're taken away for 16 days on a vacation that might fuck you over in school, and you might fail. And then you're gonna have to live with the rest of your life knowing that you failed high school and you had to fucking redo it. And it's just, I don't know, it wouldn't sit well. It wouldn't sit well. And I just didn't wanna, like, have that. It was just a lot of conflicts of emotions at this time. And so, yeah, 16 days, even the fact that it was that many days long as a vacation would almost, you know, I thought was gonna fuck me over because of our attendance policy. So that's all going on, and we go to the day that we are scheduled to go. And so basically in that day I have a normal school day. I go to school, I'm at gym in the last period with all my friends, just kind of chilling, playing some soccer, you know, getting all sweaty and dying in the heat. And so we go to the airport, and when we get to the airport it's just like, you know, I don't know, maybe I want to say 5 hours, maybe 3 hours of just sitting there waiting for whatever to happen. So it was the school day until around 2 p.m. After that was immediately an hour car ride to the airport, and then it was like a 3 to 5 hour wait. So yeah, it was a decent time, and then we got on the aircraft, and we headed over to the Italian peninsula. Is it even a peninsula? I don't even remember. So we're in Rome. We get there, and it's I think what happens is my alarm for 5:45 a.m. in our time goes off, and I think that means it was 11. I might be wrong. I might be wrong in this time here, but I think it was 11 a.m. by the time, like their time, and 5 a.m. our time. So that was happening. That, you know, I had stayed up for 24 hours, and I'm like, alright, I'm fucking ready to fucking nap as soon as I get to the hotel and just, like, chill there for a while. And, you know, I find out, hey, we only have 1 day in Rome, so that means we can't nap and we can't sleep. It's mandatory that we fucking go out into the streets and we walk around. Okay? That's what we're gonna do for the day. So I'm like, wow. I hate myself right now. Like, I do not want to live right now. So we're going to the Coliseum and shit, and I'm just sitting there fucking like dead tired, hungry, and I just wanted to, you know, I don't like fun. And apparently the Coliseum is this really giant ass cool place, right? And everyone thinks it's cool, but I hate fun. I'm not a really big history fan. So we're going to Italy and Greece, and I realized it's all history. That's all we're doing, is just history. Basically looking at old shit. Which, to be fair, it was kind of cool to look at, but to me, like, I don't really see as much value in it, I suppose, as other people do. And I don't want to, like, I'm trying to not degrade the value that other people see, because to me it's just like, you know, everyone else is like, hey, it's cool because it's history. All this cool shit happened. And I agree. That's pretty cool that all happened. But I guess the fact that, once I learn about it, that's captivating enough to where, like, I don't actually need to go there and see it. But when other people see it, you know, it amazes them, because they're like, oh shit, this happened right here where my feet are. And it's like, look at all this big shit in person. And I'm like, I guess I'm the kind of person to see it in, you know, I would rather see it in a photo that's probably been edited a bunch of times to look better than it actually is in real life than go see it in real life. And I guess that makes me a shitty person, but oh well. So yeah, it was just the entire day, and as soon as that day began, and I knew the rest of the trip would be like this, you know, I didn't feel good. I wasn't a very happy boy, so if you will. And, you know, I guess my mom didn't like that at all. She was very not happy about that, and I guess you can understand that because she paid for the trip and everything. And so that's, you know, that's going on. But I'm still not feeling any better. Even though, you know, she graciously reminds me that, you know, she's paid for the trip many times. But it still doesn't make me feel any better. So it's still a shitty time for me, no matter what. And there's a little part in me that's like, hey, you should probably, like, make yourself enjoy this, because, you know, you're here, and you're only going to be here probably once, unless you're, like, rich, I guess, and go back when you're, you know, when you have a lot of money, because otherwise, why would you even, you know, like, why would I even go back ever? And you know, every time it would become nighttime, everyone would drink a lot of alcohol, and it would be a very fun and engaging time at the, you know, during the night. And it was really fun, and it was really a fun time. Actually, if I were to explain it in greater detail, it would be a very fun and very happy time. You know, so it was all the time very fun and happy. And you know, I guess as someone who's super shy, I guess, in social situations, and doesn't have anyone else on the ship that is his age to go with and chill with, I guess, because no one else is gonna send their child on a vacation to Italy and Greece approximately how many weeks before school ended. It might have been, it was kind of like a month before school ended, but summer was kind of right there. So it could have been in the summer, could have been not a problem, but I guess it was a problem. And so yeah, there was like maybe one person that was my age, maybe, questionably, on the ship, and there was no way I was gonna go near them because it was a hot girl. I couldn't do it. Dude, I'm the shyest person to exist. I'm not gonna go near anybody, like just approach them out of nowhere. Never mind someone who's ridiculously hot like that. So that's out of the question. So essentially, yeah, I just like sit there and just listen to Sleepycast and just like fucking write on play iPhone games and shit all day. That was it. And as long as I wasn't out on a fucking historical adventure. So it was just, and I kind of sound bratty. I probably sound bratty to some people. It's just like, to me, it was such a fucking train wreck because all I could do was sit there and think about my fucking future and my fucking pressing issues at home. That's all I could think about. That's all that was on my mind at all times. And so to be doing that, to be thinking about that at all times and not be able to do anything about it, it really just like, I don't know, it really like killed me inside. It was like a very hard and trying time. I don't know why. And it's just like, this story, the reason that I'm telling this story today on camera, I guess, is because it matters to me a lot, and I just don't know why. Like, it's hard to like actually pinpoint why this is like this. Like, I always think about this goddamn time that I want to forget about forever, It's not even like, it's really not the fault of really anybody, I guess. It's just like, it just all decided to happen at that time. And there's no way I'm gonna like, I guess I have to remember it because I got through it, 16 days of what I thought to be hell. And that's where I guess like it's bratty, cause your mom paid for your trip and you're fucking whining and bitching about shit. Like, it's not like I was constantly like, why are we here? Why are we here in the Italy and Greece? I wasn't like that. I just like didn't fucking enjoy my time. That's about it. I didn't enjoy it. I may have commented that I did not enjoy my time, but other than that, what are you gonna fucking do? What are you gonna do if I just didn't like it? Like, how are you gonna change that? I can't change that. I can't change that, and I'm me. I did take some cool pictures though, and those are probably on screen now. I'll fucking throw them up and do some shit or something. But I mean, I guess there's not too much to talk about. That was just kind of the entire trip for me. Was that feeling? I really just sat there thinking about like YouTube and shit, and thinking about my grades, and thinking about my assignments, and like me as like becoming an adult. I was just kind of like, how the fuck am I gonna fucking get older? How the fuck am I gonna like progress? And I was just like trying to just brainstorm, I guess, the entire time about what I was gonna do. And now that I think about it, that's what I've done since like I was a little kid. I mean, maybe not a little kid, but like definitely like middle school age. I went to Australia in like 7th grade, which was actually a really fun experience for me, which is also involved the cruise. But I met kids on that cruise. I didn't meet anyone on this fucking cruise, because fuck me. But it was just kind of like, all I would think about was like, hey, what would be a cool design for a game? That's all I would think about, is I would just try to like envision these things. Goddamn desk. I would just try to envision these things in my head, and I would try to visualize how I'm gonna achieve them. Because I guess like, I don't know, I've always been someone who wanted progress. I love progress, I guess. So it's just like, and I've always been one to dream kind of big, which is why like I guess YouTube and shit is always on my mind. because it's not like I'm trying to like, you know, I'm not like trying to like, oh, I need to get to 1 million subscriber or I will die. It's more like I want to like just keep trying and like see where I can fucking go with it, you know? Like see like how much I can do with just my own fucking brain and watching other people and getting inspiration and just kind of like a whole accumulation of that into one big thing and seeing if I can do it in a way that is a good one. Is a good one. I don't want to be that guy. Maybe I'll go back one day and I'll like see it in an entirely different light, and you know, but it's probably because I'll be somewhere entirely different as a person. I feel like that totally has everything to do with it, and but I just don't want to be, you know. I feel like I might have just been a bratty kid, but at the same time I also feel like it was kind of really valid for me to feel the way I did, given everything that happened. I don't know, but here you go. Here I expelled the story into the universe, so hopefully I won't have to fucking think about it all the time, and I can just watch this video and I can, you know, try not to think about it much further, because when I think about it a lot, it annoys me. I don't know. See you tomorrow, when I make another video, which is probably not gonna be tomorrow, but that'd be cool.